The fight goes on. That's the message from angry protesters in the Northumberland town of Rothbury after health bosses announced the 12-bed ward at their community hospital is to close permanently. 5,000 people had signed a petition against the closure proposals, and today some of them crammed into a meeting in Morpeth to hear they'd lost their battle. For now, at least. Jonathan Swingler reports.
As they marched through the town, they knew the odds of a decision going their way were stacked against them. The NHS bosses were in Morpeth to discuss the future of the beds at Rothbury Community Hospital. It was shut initially on a temporary basis in September last year. There was a consultation about its future.
Ours is a very, very rural community, and we have people living in isolation out in tiny little hamlets. It's unfair and unjust to expect them to have to travel so many miles to hospitals in the cities, and their partners and loved ones often would find it impossible to go and visit them there.
This morning, a vote was taken by the Northumberland Clinical Commissioning Group to close it. Shame, they shouted.
The meeting's just ended and the vote hasn't exactly been popular.
They've unanimously voted to maintain their original decision, which was to close the Rothbury Hospital beds, without any votes at all for the other options that they'd introduced. I think that was an utter charade to do that.
5,000 people have signed the petition to keep the beds open, and not one person who answered the consultation agreed with the closure. Not one person, or not one organisation, not one parish council, not anybody. So they're going against the wishes and beliefs of our community. They're arrogant and they're cruel.
It cost £500,000 each year to run the site. It's only been open a decade.
The budget is really tight, and what we can't do is spend budget where we know it's not really effective. And if we're spending money on beds that we know are empty, is that really justifiable to our population? And the answer is, obviously, from today, we couldn't justify that expense.
The NHS says the site will be a well-being hub. They say that means meeting rooms for things such as dementia and mental health support. The protesters say this isn't over and will carry on campaigning. Further down the line, they'll be pushing for a judicial review. Jonathan Swingler, BBC North.